Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Magdalena.
Okay, so I'm just doing a research.
Yeah.
I'm a student of architecture from Oxford Brookes, and I just want to know your general experience of the building, your day-to-day, working, come out of the building experience.
I do like to work in a building that I see the outside space.
Yeah.
So because it's made of glass, it's a very good advantage because I see the world. I'm not stuck in the building for all day. I see the sky. It's definitely helpful in terms of keeping spirit when you sit here. Maybe not when it's a cloudy day, because then it's right in your face. And I have a ceiling, I have some planes. It's really good night. If it's a sunny day, it definitely helps you to do your job, because it kind of changes the way you feel. You don't feel like you are at office. You see people, you see planes, you see things. So it's a very good advantage of the building for my role here.
Yeah.
In the middle of the building. So.
Okay.
But there are bad sides as well. Like this street here is an event area. Sometimes it's full of people having lunch, and then I have phone calls. So it can be very loud. So there are obstacles as well. So depends on the situation. There are good and bad things.
Yeah. So how do you manage the bad experience and the good experience together with the work?
It's just a question of healthy balance. I mean, life is all about ups and downs. So and don't get discouraged by negative things. Try to improve them, but at the same time don't make them kill you. Quite easygoing approach.
Okay. Is it always cold in there, or is it always warm?
Yeah, like today is very cold. I have a heating system down here, which helps, because pretty much me and my colleague Rachel, we are the only people here who sit here in that area as a non-stop. Most of the people are passing by for the event, so nobody's really here for permanently except two of us. So we are a bit prepared. I'm dressed a little bit warmer, obviously, in the winter, but it doesn't ever. It's always good.
Yeah.
There's
So
never
you have a separate heater.
Yeah, we do have a bit of extra help because, like I said, that maybe I think middle of the building was not really designed to hold any people working here like 8 hours a day permanent. So it's just on me. So I don't think there is a case of people pumping heat here just to warm up one person. So we have a very small unit here at the reception. Pretty much that's it.
Yeah. How about in the summer? Is it always hot?
No, not at all. That place you would think it's like a greenhouse, but it's designed in a way that it reflects the sun rays back. I think that's the whole point of most of the glass buildings, that they accumulate. Also, this building it's warmed up during the night in the summer times, and night time there are sensors that open some of the panels to release that extra heat. So it's not. Automatic one. If the temperature drops to some point, then the building automatically opens some of the windows to escape it out. So it's all automatic setting that will control it.
Okay, so that works good.
Yeah, because like the summer, obviously there is an extra bit of temperature in the summer, but because when the nighttime comes, it gets released automatically, and the next day you come, it's kind of back to normal, so it doesn't accumulate. State, it accumulates, but then it gets released at nighttime. So it's a very clever way.
Okay. So in terms of the relationship of the building and the surrounding, how well do you think it works? Do you think it's integrated together? Do you think people come from, the houses and come inside there? Do you think they interact? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's very good place for local people, for community, and definitely that's a part of London that is the most, I think, because it's like the latest one to really be developed, like East London. So definitely being this building to be here, it's a very good sign for local community as well, because it's kind of like a sign that part of London is about future, it's about progressing, it's about implementing new technology. So the community who is based here is very happy about that. Most of the comments that I have from people who live here and come here they quite happy that they have this kind of facility here. They can come and they can bring the children, and they can, the children can learn about these things. Because let's be honest, the issue of green energy is still kind of maybe quite recently it's picked up a lot, but it was a little bit forgotten. So it's very important that there is a place in your community, and should be in every community, that is kind of a symbol of that.
Hi. Can I go see there the places with this? Or?
Yeah, no, not with this, but I will give you the other parts. Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you see that colorful logo like that, swipe the card against that logo. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Scan. You mean?
Yeah, just touch one more, like a tube
Scan.
ticket.
Okay.
My bad.
It's fine. In terms of what would you personally change if you are the architect or if you're the designer? What would you?
In the building,
Yeah,
what I would change. I would definitely add some green plants here.
Yeah.
I'm missing some.
Some nature.
Yeah.
Can we get those passes to go? Thanks so much.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Only
Just the two, please.
You booked it for 3 o'clock, yeah? I still haven't got any phone call that they are here.
Okay.
Because it's still 10 to 3. Sorry. You want to wait in a cafe and I'm going to find you there?
Okay.
Okay? Yeah? And I'm going to inform you where is exactly the car. So you don't have to stand on the call. I would definitely add some color here. Some like plants. I think something interesting I read the other day, NASA basically pick up 10 species of plants that are supposed to be cleaning the atmosphere. So I think those kind of plants should be here as well, because it's a bit of extra, something in common, because purifying the atmosphere in the end is, even if it's building is very modern, it's still a building, it's not an outside space. So I think there's still some definitely way to improve the air even here. So I'll put those plants. I think there shouldn't be a building without plants these days, unless it's causing absolute trouble.
About the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been here almost 3 years now. So
Okay.
primarily we're here in the exhibition with different age ranges of children and groups. So for me, obviously, I find it fun that they can come and learn about the subject matter, and that it's going to be affecting their futures when they're at my age. This is going to be when some of these big challenges are going to be even larger. So it's fun for them to get the knowledge, but also they get to interact and play the games we have, and so they're having fun whilst learning about smart buildings and scarcity of water, all these types of things. But also I have this advantage to go around the event space with people and take them behind the scenes to show them the technologies the building showcases. And maybe the only downside is that they spent quite a lot of money on this. It's 34 million euros to have all this showcase building, event space, but some of the technologies can't be in operation, and sometimes that's cost, and sometimes that's it's not efficient to run a system if you don't have enough people in a building. So if there's a negative, I guess it's just that they're not running all the systems they hope to because the plans change and the occupancy of the building. But for me, I don't know. I like the design. It's quite futuristic looking, being glass. But I guess there's disadvantages if you get a really warm day. Sometimes you can feel too warm. But that just might be a personal thing because I'm Scottish. I don't want to be too hot. But yeah, I just think it's a smart achievement on a small scale level. So hopefully that translates and people take inspiration and go around and do this in larger residential projects or hospitals or schools, and especially lots of the younger groups, they take these ideas back to try and suggest to write letters to MPs in their area to get more awareness and subsidies to these companies that do these smart technologies and smart buildings. Yeah.
So if you were to change anything, would you?
If I had to change anything, I think it's more a personal thing I need to change for myself. I need to start to really study more into architecture, to engineering, to the technical aspects of what I'm talking about in the building when I take people around on these sides, because it would be great to really understand the engineering. So that's maybe to push me to go and try and study more. From being here, I want to know more. And if you don't get direct answers, then you have to go and study for yourself and try and visit other places and compare. So for me, that's my only thing. And they don't let me run this whole thing. I want this to be my house. So, yeah.
Incredible. So do you think the intention of the architect was it, as in terms of sustainability? Do you think he achieves that? Is there any leakages? Is there?
I think, yeah. I mean, I guess because there's a collaboration of different engineers with different ideas to architects trying to collaborate together, also bringing some smart technologies in and trying to make that all work in one place. I think obviously it can have its difficulties, but I think, you know, it's achieving the targets that it aimed for with regard to maximising its use of renewable energies, and also, you know, with regard to just building design and structure and materials. You know, try to keep its carbon footprint as low as possible. And, you know, over a few years of that, you're going to have no energy bills. You're going to, you know, balance out, you know, what you've created in carbon footprint. That's going to only be a short period of time before that balances. And then the same with investment. It'll be a short period of time. It may seem long to some people if you have to wait, say, 10 years. But from a business point of view, maybe that's a good thing, you know, because you're promoting what's achievable. And not all places are going to incorporate everything that we have in one building, but if people just take lighting ideas or insulation ideas or just the water idea into their massive buildings, that's going to be such a great step towards achieving sustainability, you know, in a building setting. So I guess it has, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a show-off building, isn't it? It's got it all going.
I know.
And some places, some people, if you're raising awareness and you're educating others and you've got fellow professionals coming to see and to take this word of this place to others and take inspiration from it, then ideally that goes up higher up in these people who make the decisions on, you know, how do we change how we build buildings, how do we change how we run our cities and our transport systems. And it's not easy, but the more people that are educated, the more people have a voice, then they can affect change with the people who've got the power, I guess, to make the change. So yeah. That wasn't really a direct answer there, was it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
My limited understanding on it from my time being here, and
yeah, you've been there for like 2 years now, 2 years plus.
3 in March.
Yeah.
So almost 3.
You have to say the comfortability of working inside.
The comfortability.
Yeah,
I mean,
1 to 10.
For me, probably for me in summertime, I'd say maybe 6, because I find it really.
Hot.
I get really warm, but that's just me. A lot of people are still wearing jumpers in summertime, so maybe this is my Scottish thing. But, but for me, I find the air quite strange. Like, you know, I find it hard to. I feel it, especially because we're talking and doing tours. You know, you need to always. Maybe I should just always have water with me, but I just find the air strange. I don't know if that's their air systems. But you know, winter time is good for me because that's my time. It's my season. Yeah. You know, and again, with the staff you work with, the team you work with, and everyone's interested in having their own unique take on how they deliver. It's not like you have to go and deliver a script of a tour, you know, you're just talking to people about a subject that's true and it's around everyone every day. So you're getting to just raise awareness to these things. So I suppose that gives you the satisfaction as well as you finding personal interest in that subject. So yeah, it's good.
What do you guys think about it in terms of, you know, the context of the area and the building itself?
Well, I think the crystal's kind of like supposed to be quite symbolic of the area. It's all about innovation and industrial growth.
It's quite a futuristic looking building.
Yeah.
Yes, it's part of the aesthetic of it.
Yeah. That's all I know, really.
Yeah.
You've never been inside.
No, we heated it once.
It would be all right. It's meant to be a sustainable building and stuff like that. What do you think about it in terms of, you know, sustainability?
Well, I mean, hopefully that's the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
The future will be sustainable buildings and not planet death.
Yeah.
So, ideally, there'll be more of them in the future.
Ideally.
Put in solar panels at the top.
Yeah.
It merges in quite well. You don't really know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, even the toilets are a closed water system, right? That's why
Yes.
the reason we had to go there once was because the toilets, they cut down all the water for the area. So the only toilets that worked were the crystals.
What?
Self-sustaining building.
Really?
Yeah.
In the whole area?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's warm, man.
So,
It was a good time.
so was there a long queue or it was just like a...
Yeah. We got it. I peed. It's great. This is the quality content
Yeah.
you came here to get, right?
I find it hard to, what's it called, notice the building from the station. Do you think that's a good thing, or because it looked like it's buried in the context that is in?
They're building more buildings around this area.
Yeah, around
so
it, yeah.
it'll be pretty gone soon. But you get a good view of it from the Emirates airline, which I think is a big part of it. So.
Okay. In terms of sustainability, do you guys have expectations of what?
Mate, our office doesn't even allow us to recycle, so
It's a bad building.
yeah. Our office is right next to it, and it's the worst.
Whatever that building is doing, we're kind of doing the opposite. So we're completely
We can't even open the windows in our building because it's full of concrete in the air. So it's great. Ideally, we work in the Crystal, but we don't want to spend $8 a month rent probably.
When I was walking by, I actually noticed how it was called the Crystal, and it reminded me of a crystal very much. So I thought the name worked well with it. I like how it stands out with, it in its surroundings, but it kind of reflects the water too, so it blends in well with the environment rather than the actual buildings itself. So I really like it. It looks cozy too. It looks very unique and modern, but still welcoming.
Okay. You think about the shape overall, do you think it fits its environment?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's unique, but it somehow blends in with everything because it's low to the ground still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like the shape.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you know it's meant to be like a sustainable building, like building for the future
really?
and stuff like that.
Oh, I like that.
Are you familiar with anything sustainable building and?
A little bit, not totally, but so are there special characteristics to it that makes it sustainable?
Yeah, well, such as like the facade, the glazing, the windows and stuff like that.
Oh.
The natural light that goes in to the offices and
Oh.
and the way they're angled to capture specific daylight.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
And especially that, like you telling me that just makes it that much more better. That much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you doing there today? Are you just like visiting or?
Yeah, my friend's coming in from France, so I'm just killing time right now, sitting and waiting.
Okay. So do you like the environment?
Yeah, it's very peaceful. I just walked around there a little bit, and and I like sitting like with the grass. Yeah. In a city, it's nice to have grass.
About the Crystal.
My name is Marina. I'll just introduce myself first. So I've been working here for about 3 years now.
Okay.
Well, I was on maternity for a year, so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I've been working here for a while now, and this is the first place where my first job after I finished university is in environmental management. The place is absolutely amazing. I mean, I may be biased because I work here, but I should be very honest. It's a great example of how you can deal with issues of today's issues in terms of environment and sustainability, and that it can be achieved actually with technology what we have at the moment, or we have today. So here in the Crystal, for example, we use a lot of sustainable technology, which helps us to to save energy, for example, or water, things like that. So we, for example, in terms of energy, we have our own solar panels on top of the roof. We use a lot of smart technology, monitoring the amount of energy we use. So we use smart systems such as BMS, building management systems. So all these things can help a lot in terms of saving energy, in terms of being sustainable.
What do you think about like the shape?
The shape is amazing. I mean, the shape is, it's kind of, when I first saw it, it looked very futuristic. So it would actually kind of can give an idea of what the exhibition is about. It is about future cities. So, but also it's not just sort of it doesn't just look pretty. I mean, from my point of view, it looks pretty, but it also has some practical side to it as well. So the way it was shaped, we would use things like self-shading, for example, somewhere where we do not want a lot of light or a lot of heat to be gained. Coming back to shape. So I said it's all because in some places we need more light or more heat, and so that's why the shape is like that as well. Because it kind of things like rotation of the sun was also taken into consideration. So that's pretty much about the shape. We talk a lot about the shape of the building. Yeah.
What do you think about the relationship of the building and the environment, the neighborhood? What do you think?
I mean, if you think about in terms of environmental kind of aspects, that we actually around 40% of all the emissions are coming from the buildings. So it's important that our buildings are sustainable. And as I said before, so this building, the Crystal, is an example that it can be done. I mean, with obviously some amount of money, but it can be achieved. And I think that's good because you can see that it can be done, but also we're here to educate people about what's happening in the world in terms of environmental problems, in terms of sustainability, in terms of how our cities might look like and what's going to happen in the future. And it doesn't look like a very pretty picture if we're not going to do something about now. We're not going to do something about our emissions, about our life, about the way we live, about our consumption rates and things like that. So we're here also to educate about the sustainability of cities and how we can make cities sustainable and how we can make buildings sustainable. Yeah.
Okay. The people, that's fine. That's fine. The people come from the neighborhood to come inside there. How often do they, interact with the building?
Oh, we do have, because I mean the people from Neom area, they can actually come for free, so they don't have to pay for the entrance. And we do have quite a lot of visitors, and they seem very interested as well. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I think it's a pretty cool building. Like I said, like the glass construction, I think it's pretty cool. Like it features many modern buildings, like we've seen the Shard and stuff like that as well. I like the fact that it's asymmetrical as well. I think it's quite interesting. Like you've got obviously the higher point up there. I haven't really had a chance to go all the way around the back, but it'd be pretty cool to see have a look at the angles and the sharp edges from different perspectives and stuff as well. Apart from that, I don't really have much more to say on it. Hopefully that's useful.
Okay. Have you seen it before? Is this your first time here?
It's first time down here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of how I imagined it as well, because based on the name, I hadn't actually seen a picture or anything of it before. But it's certainly true to its name of Crystal, so...
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what are you doing there? You just come in to relax, or...?
No, I've got an interview thing for the volunteering for London 2017 games next year, so I've got that in about 15 minutes, just chilling on the waterfront first. Hopefully that should go well, so yeah.
This initiative is a very good opportunity to bring awareness regarding sustainability, so that people from different backgrounds, different ages, from young children, primary school, up to university students, they can come and discuss about this issue. So it's a good starting point for conversation and discussion about sustainability.
Okay. So what do you think about a building? Does it fulfill that point of sustainability?
Well, as you probably know, it's a bit of an experiment. So they try to pack as many technologies as possible that would eventually deliver sustainability for buildings. Some of them are working well, some of them they are still in the process of being actually at their best. So it's still a bit of a work in progress, I would say, to be at its best possible level.
Okay. How do you think about the building and the relationship with the environment, as in the people that lives in the neighborhood? What's the relationship between that?
So it's an interesting area because it's changing a lot and very quickly. And I didn't know the area that much before I started to work in here, but from what I understand, it was really abandoned for a long time. So it's good that there are companies investing in these areas so that it can become interesting, and also it's a good point that all the companies and industry and businesses investing in this area, they have to meet certain sustainability standards. So this aims at being one of the green districts of London, so that it's interesting for any urban areas to aim at this.
How does it feel to work in it, to work inside a building?
It's a nice building to work in. It has a lot of natural light, which makes the difference in compared to some office buildings where it might be in the dark all day. So that is a very good point. It generally feels comfortable from the point of view of heating and cooling. So from these aspects, it's a very pleasant building.
Okay. Is there anything you would change differently if you were to design it?
Well, now that we know that certain things are not at the moment working, maybe I wouldn't have invested money in the first place in those aspects that are not possible that is not possible to run right now.
Do you know why they're not possible to run?
For example, for the rain harvesting, we don't have the license to actually treat the water all the way to drinking standards. So probably the equipment for that was quite expensive. So if this is something that is not going to be sorted, and knowing this now, probably then I personally wouldn't have spent the money for that aspect. And so is the black water treatment that is not running at the moment.
Okay. I find it very interesting. I was interviewing another person down the road, and they told me that there was some time that their toilet wasn't working and they had to come to use the toilet. So what was working differently in the Crystal? How come?
Well, in the initial plan, the idea was to have our own equipment to treat the waste. So the black water, the toilet waste, basically, instead of using the mains as being connected to the mains. Sorry, that's me.
It's fine. It's fine.
But then they realized that the building actually doesn't generate enough waste to be. Sorry,
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
To be able to actually.
Yeah, you can answer it. It's fine.
I'm coming to reception 1 second.
Yeah.
So it's basically not cost efficient to run our own system because we don't generate enough waste. So it's actually cheaper to be connected to the main and do the treatment of the black water to the mains.